Ernie, first of all, the boost that you got from Saturday night's win over the Melbourne Victory, can you just give us a bit of an indication as to how the boys are feeling now?
I think we've been pretty happy since the Wanderers game. We fought, as I say, well against Sydney, and then to have 3 tough games in a row, they showed what they can do, and I thought we played really well against the Victory, but particularly in the first half, and probably could have gone another goal up.
Has anybody come out with any injury concerns? I see Vince Lee has turned some stretches there. He mentioned after the game that he wanted to come off after about a quarter of an hour, didn't he? But he's got through all right.
Just the old boys, Sigmund and Leah, they're having a bit of a stretch and a massage, and someone's feeding them grapes at the moment. But they're all happy. You have to, senior players, you have to monitor their fitness and their health, and they perform well at the weekend. You just can't train them as hard as the younger ones.
What about Justin Gully? Is he fit?
He's very close to it, so I was very tempted to take him, but I just don't feel he's ready. He's got to have he trained well this morning, but I feel as though he's got to have a good hard week under his belt before we'll take him, knowing his injury stats, which aren't good. So we'll save him up for the next game, but there won't be too much change to the squad at all.
What about playing in a place like Cairns, where at the time you kick off it's likely to be into the 30s? How does that add to your challenge?
Well, I think it's a good that we grow the game and go into different areas. To go up to Cairns is pretty good. Just disappointing again that we're playing at 4:15 in the afternoon when it should really be a 7:30 kick-off. I don't know why or how they justify this, but obviously it'd be a much higher quality game if it was played in the evening. But however, we'll go up there to win and take all 3 points.
How does that change?
The Perth Sydney FC game from a couple of weeks ago, it was really hot. Not much happened in that game. Everyone sat behind the ball and it was 0-0, I think. Will you have to do the same in Cairns, do you think?
We'll try not to, but the game always deteriorates in those sort of conditions. It'll not only be low 30s, but the humidity is the real killer, and I expect that'll be up around 80-85%. And when they bring out the wet bulb, big deal. We get a 2-minute drinks break, so it doesn't really make much difference to the quality of the game. So it would be ideal if it was a later game, but it's at 4:15 we'll play, however.
But do you have to, you like to chase goals, you like to play attacking football, will you have to be mindful of actually the player's health when it comes to that?
We'll try not to change our game too much. I think the danger is you start playing a different game. Now we have to press, and we have to press high, and we have to get our back line up high, and I'm sure Brisbane will be doing that as well.
The FFR are supposed to be meeting with the fans tonight about the boycott. What do you hope comes out of that?
I'd love to see all the fans back in the stadiums where they should be and supporting the teams, so it's really up to the FFA to resolve that. We don't have that issue. Our fans have been fantastic. We've got 11,000 last 2 games, and that must mean our metrics are very good, but the support we've got from the other fans has been fantastic.
In terms of the win on the weekend, how does that, you've knocked the Victory over, that means you can pretty much knock anyone over. How does that look for your hopes for the rest of the season?
Well, I think this league is very tight. I would say the Victory are sort of a little bit higher than everyone else because of the quality of the players they have and their depth, and they've shown that with the results. We played well against them, and I don't think we've ever doubted our ability to beat any team in the league, but from top to bottom there's usually just 1 goal difference in these games, so it's going to be, as you can see, there's only 2 points separate second from 7th, so it's going to be a tight league, so it's all about consistency.
You'll be a third of the way through the season, Ernie, after this. Are you where you wanted to be if you think back 9 weeks?
No, we'd like to be top of the league, as always, but we're not far off the pace. But we've had 2 clean sheets in a row now. We want that to be 3, and we want to keep scoring goals, and we're scoring goals as well as anyone in this league. So we want to keep scoring goals, and Roy, Michael McGlinchey and Rowley just looked fantastic up front last week. We give them a free rein, and we'd say to the other players, you're all defending, just give the ball to them, and they're enjoying that freedom. And Rowley got forward and scored, Roy scored 1, made 1, and he's just on fire just now. So we don't want to change too much, and by being consistent and keeping clean sheets, we'll pick up points.
What do you know of the Cairns Stadium and the pitch there? Not that the pitch obviously has too much bearing on success for you.
We've never really bothered about that. Our attitude has been, both teams play in the same conditions and the same surface. Let's see if we can adapt quicker than the opposition. That's what we did last week. I would hope it's not as bad as last week's pitch, but it's about adapting to it, and however the situation, we've got no excuses because they're playing on the same pitch.
Do you have to adapt too much to Brisbane? What's their game?
We try not to, but obviously they're very good at keeping possession and pressing through from midfield. We have to control the midfield again, set up our strikers, and so our game plan won't change too much, but obviously we've got to look at their strengths and see if we can nullify them.
Jeffrey Sarpong, how's he progressing so far?
He's progressing well at training. We haven't managed to get his training performance on the pitch yet, but he seems to be getting more and more confident and understanding how we're playing, and it's again a work in progress.